Hi everybody, today is Tuesday, April 21st, and today for Circle Time we're going to read a story, and then we're going to look at a photo activity card, and then we're going to do some object to number counting with our shapes, and then you guys are going to be able to do an earth craft at home, and then you'll also have a journal to write in. So our story for today is called It's Mine. In the middle of Rainbow Pond there was a small island. Smooth pebbles lined its beaches, and it was covered with ferns and leafy weeds. On the island lived two quarrelsome frogs named Milton, Rupert, and Lydia. They quarreled and quibbled from dawn to dusk. "Stay out of my pond!" yelled Milton. "The water is mine." "Get off of my island!" shouted Rupert. "The earth is mine." "The air is mine!" screamed Lydia as she leaped to catch a butterfly, and so it went. One day a large toad appeared before them. "I live on the other side of the island," he said, "but I can hear you shouting, 'It's mine! It's mine! It's mine!' all day long. There is no peace because of your endless bickering. You can't go on like this." With that the toad slowly turned around and hopped away through the weeds. No sooner had he left than Milton ran off with a large worm. The others hopped after him. "Worms are for everybody," they cried. But Milton croaked defiantly, "Not this one, it's mine." Suddenly the sky darkened, and a rumble of distant thunder circled the island. Rain filled the air, and the water turned to mud. The island grew smaller and smaller as it was swallowed up by the rising flood. The frogs were scared. Desperately they clung to the few slippery stones that still rose above the wild, dark water. But soon these too began to disappear. There was only one rock left, and there the frogs huddled, trembling from cold and fright. But they felt better now that they were together, sharing the same fears and hopes. Little by little the flood subsided. The rain fell gently and then stopped altogether. But look! The large rock that had saved them was no rock at all. "You saved us!" shouted the frogs when they recognized the toad. The next morning the water had cleared. Sun rays chased silver minnows on the sandy bottom of the pond. Joyfully the frogs jumped in, and side by side they swam all around the island. Together they leaped after the swarms of butterflies that filled the air. And later, when they rested in the weeds, they felt happy in a way they had never felt before. "Isn't it peaceful?" said Milton. "And isn't it beautiful?" said Rupert. "And do you know what else?" said Lydia. "Know what?" the others asked. "It's ours," she said. The end. That was a good story. Next, we are going to look at a photo activity card. And do you guys remember what our activity cards are about this week? You're right, it's about our colors. And this color is the color blue. What are some things in this photo that are blue? I can see some blue stripes on the boy's shirt. I can see a blue pocket sharp back here. I can see some blue cars and his blue jeans that he's wearing. What are some things that you guys see that are not blue? Let's take a second and look. I see some cars that are not blue, and he's playing with some blocks that are not blue. And there's some cubby holders that are not blue in the background. What do you think the boy is doing with all of these toys and with all of his cars? It kind of looks like he's making a road maybe for all of his trucks and school buses and cars to go on. And you guys do that a lot too at school with the blocks. How about we count the cars he has? Let's just do the ones up here because these are a little blurry in the back. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. And it looks like he has a bunch more lined up. Does anyone's mom or dad drive a blue car? Miss Candice drives a blue car. Which blue thing in the picture is a light shade of blue? You guys see, is it a little hard? There you go. I think the boy's stripes are a light blue and his jeans are a dark blue. Feeling blue can mean that you're sad. So some days you could say, I'm feeling a little blue today, and that would mean I'm feeling a little sad. What are some things that you can think of that are blue? You're right, there's the blue sky, and there's blueberries, and blue jays, and blue cars like we talked about. And you could have blue clothes and blue shoes. Can you guys think of anything else that is blue? Very good. Those are all great ideas. Did you know that there are no blue leafy vegetables, no blue meats, and aside from blueberries and a few blue-purple potatoes, blue is not a common food color, so you will not see a lot of foods that are the color blue. If lettuce was blue, do you think you would eat it? I think it would be pretty cool to try some blue lettuce, because right now all we see is some purple lettuce or some green lettuce. Many people think blue is a boy color and pink is for girls. Do you think girls could like the color blue too? Yeah, I love the color blue. That's one of my favorite colors. Very good, guys. All right, next, we are going to use our board. And I am going to put some shapes on our board. And you guys can pause the video now because I want you to go get a piece of paper and a pencil. We want to make sure we use a pencil this time because we're practicing our numbers. And get an eraser as well if you have one, because I'm going to put up shapes onto the board and we're going to count together and you guys are going to write the number on your piece of paper, okay? So it's going to look like this. So we'll start off with an easy one. Okay, here's our shapes. Can you guys all by yourself point and count to the shapes? All right, let's count together. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. Good job. So on your piece of paper, I want you to write the number 4. And I'm going to write the number 4 too, and then we're going to check and see how well you guys did. Did your number 4 look like this? If it does, great job. All right. Let me add some more. All right. Now it's your turn to count again. So you guys take a second and count. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so take your paper and your pencil and write the number 7 down. Here is my number 7. Is that what everyone's number 7 looks like? Very good. All right. Here are some more shapes added on to our board. And that's a lot more. All right, you guys take a second to count them. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you guys remember how to write the number 11? Because it has 2 numbers in it. You're right. It's a 1 and a 1. So go ahead and write the number 11 down on your piece of paper. And when you're done, it should look like this for 11 shapes. All right, this one is a lot more shapes, so I'm going to give you a little more time to look and count. And make sure when you're counting that you're pointing, so you're not losing track, okay? Go ahead and count. All right, and what number did everybody get? Good job. It should be the number 15. So I want everybody to try and write the number 15 on their piece of paper. And remember, number 15 is a 1 and a 5. So your number 15 should look like this, a 1 and a 5. Very good, friends. All right, now we've added even more shapes. So I'll give you guys a second to count these, and then we'll write the number together, okay? All right. What number did everybody get this time? Very good. It should be the number 19. And 19 is a 1 and then a 9. So here is our number 19, a 1 and a 9. Very good. All right, you guys ready for the next one? This time our numbers are going to get smaller. Alrighty, here is our board. So take a second and count, and then we'll write our number together. Did everybody get the number 13? If you did, you are correct. And 13 is a 1 and a 3. So go ahead and write that on your paper. And then this is what the number 13 looks like. You guys did a great job on your number 13. Alright, I'm going to get rid of some more. Alright, there's less on the board. So take a second and you guys can go ahead and count. Alright, take your board or take your paper and your pencil, and I want you to write the number you think you saw. And if you need to, you can rewind back and count again and pause the video. Everybody should have gotten the number 10. There are 10 shapes. You guys see my cat? He's walking past us. He's like, what are you doing? All right. All right, here's our next set of shapes. And go ahead and count, and then we'll write our numbers down together. All right. The number you should have gotten is the number 8. And if you got that, great job. All right, here's our next one. So take a second and you can count. Okay, I'm going to put it down and we're going to write the number you think you saw. Now, before I show you what number do you guys think? How many shapes are on the board? Very good. It was the number 6. Great job. All right, we're getting to the end. How many shapes do you guys see? Very good. It's the number 4. So everybody practice writing the number 4. And your number 4 should look like this. Very good. All right, last one. How many shapes do we have? Very good. It is 1 shape left. And can everybody write the number 1 on their piece of paper? And 1 is pretty easy because it's just a straight line down. And there is our number 1. Great job, everybody. All right. So this week in your lessons, you are learning about the earth. So today for your craft, if you have it, you could use blue and green paint. And what do you think you're going to make with blue and green paint if we're learning about the earth? You're right, we're making the earth. If you don't have paint, you can use markers or crayons or color pencils. And when you do your earth, it should look something like this. The earth is in the shape of a circle like this. So you would start with a circle. And then you make some squiggly lines like this for your land. And do you guys remember what color land is? You're right, land is green. And then what color is water? Right, water is blue. So you want to use blue and green to create an earth for your arts and crafts today. So you guys can pause the video now while you do your arts and crafts and then come back for your journal entry. I hope you guys had so much fun doing your arts and crafts. Today, your journal entry is about your favorite flower. And if you have trouble, since we are not in school, you can look online with mommy and daddy for different flowers. And then when you find your favorite one, you can copy the words onto your piece of paper. But this is what it should look like in your writing for you to copy onto your piece of paper. And remember to always use your finger spaces. Okay? It says, my favorite flower is. And then on the line, you will write your favorite flower. And do you guys remember what you do after your writing? You're right. You take your crayons or your pencils or your markers, and you're going to draw a picture of your favorite flowers. Okay? Well, that ends our circle time for today. And I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day, friends.